Good morning, goat lovers. Welcome to the Happy Harvest Homestead. Hopefully by the end of this video, our 3 Nigerian dwarf dairy does are going to be free range on our property once again. You may remember from last year that we free range our goats in the winter when stuff isn't growing, and we either picket them or have them in our cattle panel pen during the growing season when stuff is growing so they don't eat our garden or our trees and stuff. It's the end of September and things are dying. One of the most important things that we're still trying to protect, which are the green beans that are on the garden fence, they're starting to die back. So it's getting to about that time of year where the goats get to be free range again. Our bucklings are not going to be free ranging anytime soon. Ori and Nori still try to nurse on their mama, Millie, whenever they're with her. So that won't be okay. They're in the process of being weaned. They've been separate from her for a long time, but they're still not fully weaned enough to not nurse on her if they have the chance to. And then we have a slight suspicion that our other 2 bucklings, Feely and Keely, are nursing on Penny a little bit, which is kind of weird. But we don't want to lose her milk either because she randomly started going into milk, and I'll go into that story in a different video. So the bucklings are going to stay in the cattle panel pen. If we picket them, then Millie can easily, walk over and let them nurse on her still. But if we have them in the pen, then they have to stick their heads through the bars, and Millie has to position herself a whole bunch, and she doesn't really like to nurse them anymore. They kind of force her to. I think it'll be okay. We'll have to check and make sure it's okay, but most likely it's going to be fine. The bucklings did a great job on their pickets for the week or 2 we had them on there, but they can't stay on pickets anymore, so their time on pickets was short, but they did a good job when they were on them. And if we ever put them on pickets again later, they'll be that much more used to it. Right now I put our bucklings in our meat rabbit pasture pen. We stopped using it this spring because we didn't have many grow outs anymore, but I didn't take it down for a while because I was busy, so the grass and all that stuff grew up. So now the grass is growing through the bottom wire, and so it's going to be really hard to get that up. So I've put Ivanhoe in there again just to eat it down. He didn't do a really good job because there's just 1 rabbit in there. He was in there for a few days, and then the parasite load, I was afraid of that, so I took him out again, even though he didn't do his job fully as he was supposed to. So I put the bucklings in there now, so hopefully they can eat stuff down a little bit more. So now maybe, hopefully, we'll be able to get the pasture pen out of. So the pasture pen has smaller wire on top of the cattle panels, so the bucks won't be able to reach their heads through no matter what. So we won't know how that'll work with the goat pen until we put them in there after they finish their job in the rabbit pen. So today's milk is for sure safe. But before I just let the goats free range, we do have I think only 1 left, a pawpaw tree that we have a fence thing around, but I'm just going to go down there and make sure that it's still fenced properly so that they don't eat it, because that'd be really sad. And then just double check everywhere that we don't want them to eat is either dead or we don't care about anymore or is protected. Okay, so this is the wall of green beans, as you can see over here. I've noticed the goats only eat up to their head height, sometimes a little bit taller, but over here the green beans have all naturally just most of the goat's head height. I mean, they could probably reach a little bit taller, but most of it's already gone. I don't know why. Then over here there's a little bit more, but a good majority of the plants would just be up here anyway. So even if the goats do eat down here, last year they just ate all the leaves and stuff down here, but they didn't eat the stalks. So the plants could still grow up at the top. It's just the bottom leaves are kind of pruned a little bit. So it looks like nature just did it for us a little bit this year. And as you can see, they're kind of yellowing, getting a little bit dead. Especially over here, there's some, nasty looking brown leaves. And then a whole bunch of them are eaten to stubs. I don't know if it's just naturally the leaves are falling off or if something's eating them, but there's a whole bunch of leaves already coming off. So we will still get a really good green bean harvest while free ranging the goats at the same time. Hi little friend, you were my friend in the barn when I was filming over there. Now you're my little friend here. Yeah, you were in the barn scaring the goats. Now you're over here. You just want loves, don't you? Oh, you just want loves. Oh, yes. I was going to say we didn't have anything else on the fence except for the green beans, but we have cucumbers. They're dying. We just had a really bad cucumber year this year. But we have like some for seed, except for this one's like all rotting. And there's like this one that has like a weird neck at the top. I don't know if that'll even work. So we have like 2 or 3 measly plants with a few measly cucumbers that probably aren't gonna make it for seed. So I guess they can eat those too. I don't know if goats do eat cucumbers. In case they do, if they were going really good, we'd like block this off or not let them in yet, but it seems like they're not doing so well, so we'll just let the goats eat them if they do eat them. So we don't have anything else important growing on the garden fence. In my experience, the goats don't like eating squash leaves, or I think these are pumpkin leaves. They don't really like them at all. Sometimes they'll like eat a little bit if they're forced to, but we had our bucklings picketed here, and as you can see, they've eaten everything, but they've left these alone. So I'm not really worried at all about our does eating the pumpkin vines. So nothing else we have to worry about in the square garden, and then nothing else we have to worry about in the used to be triangle garden. It's more of like a trapezoid shape now, so they'll all be good there. And then this is left over from last year. It's a fence to block off our towers, so the goats can't get to those anymore. It's really small, but they don't ever jump over it, at least in our experience. Not yet. Not when they have a whole bunch of other stuff to eat. That's a lot easier to get to. And then we didn't plant anything in this little raised bed planter thing this year. It's just weeds, so we don't have to worry about them eating that. And then this is our little pawpaw tree. I guess if the goats really wanted to, they could like stick their noses in here. I wonder if they like pawpaw leaves though. Maybe I'll research that. Oh, and I totally forgot about our new trees. We got some trees this year. I'm gonna have to fence this off a little bit so the goats don't completely destroy them. Okay, so these trees and the pawpaw, and the goats really don't wander far, so the trees in the orchard nursery little thing are fine. They were fine last year, and they'll probably be fine this year too. They really don't like wandering super far. Hey, but with the pawpaw tree, we had the bucklings free-ranging for a while down there when their moms were picketed when they were really little, and they didn't bug the pawpaw at all. Alright, let me do some research, but maybe that means that they don't eat it, or they don't like it, or that it's okay. Okay, I'm back with a bit more research under my belt, as well as another project just finished. The trees are now all blocked off. I took some 2x4 welded wire fencing. I attached one end to the pallet compost pile thing we have. I ran it up and to that little white post over here. Then I tied it to our weird box thing, as well as this really heavy barrel with dirt in it. So now, even if you come over, you know, I'm a goat, I'm trying to reach. This is as far as it goes. They won't be able to. So over here is all safe and good. Over here as well, I made sure to put it really far away so that, you know, they can't lean up and eat the trees. Even if they do lean on it like this, they can't reach them. And I read a little bit about the pawpaw tree, and it sounds like the goats probably won't eat it, especially if they have other options. Someone said they use pawpaws for like pesticides, like they'll grind up the leaves and bark and stuff and spray it on other plants to keep bugs away. So it's like potent and like not healthy for bugs and stuff, and their goats didn't like it either. Like they had the pasture full of it and they didn't eat it. So hopefully that's the case with our goats as well. So now that we have everything all fixed up, let's go let out the ladies. Okay, girls, are you ready? Girls! Chicken? Girls! Goats! Come on! You get to come out! Hey, goats! Look at that! There's a chicken in there. Going to lay an egg. Isn't that right, girly? What do you think? Oh, I forgot the chicken feed. That empty grain bucket reminded me. You guys love grain. Let's go fix the chicken feed before you get to it. Enjoy your time. So all the birds enjoyed their morning snack. They ate some, and then they're just gonna go out and free range the rest of the day. So I'm gonna put this probably up on one of the IBC totes so the chickens can still reach it. If they jump up there, the turkeys can as well, but the goats can't. Alright, So there it is, safe out of reach of the goats, but still in reach for the chickens and turkeys. And it looks like they spilled a little bit of it. Hopefully the goats don't notice, and even if they do and eat a little bit, it's just a little bit. So, but yeah, if you let them have the chicken feed, they'll just eat and eat and eat. Okay, let's see. Hi girls! Hey! Yeah, that bucket is empty. I know it smells like grain. I used it this morning for the chicken feed, but it's empty now. So we're gonna put it back. Put it back where it's supposed to be. What do you think? Do you like being free? Is it weird? You aren't wandering very far. Aren't you guys hungry? I guess you had hay in your thing. Alright girls, what do you think? You're free now. Go eat food. Oh, you too scared? Come on, goats. Let's go. Come on, it's safe. Be free. Yeah, look at that. How fun. Oh, we're following Penny the other way? Okay, let's go the other way. Come on. Let's go. What did you girls find? Is it yummy? Oh, yeah. Yummy, yummy. The rabbits used to spill their feed and she'd eat it all. You're looking for rabbit feed? Well, you don't spill it anymore. They don't spill it, sorry. Look at you pretty girls. How yummy is that? You pulled it out of the ground, Millie. Looks like they found the spilled feed. You enjoying that, Tessa? Oh well, nothing I can really do about it. Well, I might leave you two, and I guess Tessa as well. Leave you to it. Enjoy eating stuff. I might go work on other things. It's a few hours later, and the goats are hanging out by the bucklings, which is kind of interesting. They're all doing good. It's evening now and almost milking time, so I'm going to gather the goats in the barn so we can easily grab them for milking. I'm going to see if we can herd them in just by themselves, but I might have to resort to a grain bucket. But, oh yay, looks like they're all going to go in. Come on, Millie, come on. Come on. Almost there. Come on. Good girl. Okay, girls, so in a few minutes we're going to start milking you. Then we'll separate Penny and Millie in one of the pens. Then we will bring the bucklings in from their pen and say goodnight for the night. Good night, girls. Thanks for the milk you gave us tonight. You ready for the bucklings, Tessa? We're gonna go get them. It's gonna be crazy. Okay, everybody's out. Good night, goats. See you tomorrow.